Right now, somewhere in the world, a man is sitting beside a woman who just asked him a simple question. It sounded innocent, casual, almost meaningless. He answered quickly, maybe shrugged it off, and moved on without realizing she had just revealed everything to him. In that moment, she handed him the key to her desire in the most ordinary words possible, and he completely missed it. That man could easily be you. But after understanding this, you may never overlook those moments again. The truth is, women rarely say exactly what they mean when it comes to intimacy. Desire is often communicated indirectly, hidden beneath normal conversation. There are no dramatic movie scenes, no giant confessions, no obvious signals flashing in neon lights. Instead, the signs are subtle, quiet, and easy to miss if you are not paying attention. Research on communication patterns has shown that women use indirect speech far more often than men when discussing emotionally vulnerable subjects. That means when a woman wants closeness, connection, or intimacy, she is unlikely to state it directly. She will soften it, disguise it, and wrap it inside harmless-looking questions. Most men listen only to the surface meaning of those questions. They answer literally and fail to hear the emotional message underneath. That is why so many misunderstandings happen in relationships. One person believes they reached out emotionally, while the other never realized a deeper moment was even taking place. From a young age, many women learn that being too direct can feel risky. They are taught to avoid appearing desperate, aggressive, or overly forward. As a result, they often communicate in ways that test emotional safety first. Instead of openly saying what they want, they ask questions designed to gauge how emotionally available the other person is. These questions are not about gathering information. They are about connection. One of the most important questions a woman may ask is, "What are you thinking right now?" On the surface, it sounds like small talk, but emotionally, it means much more. When she asks this, she is trying to step into your inner world. She wants to feel closer to you. She is asking whether you trust her enough to let her see your thoughts and feelings. Relationship researchers describe moments like these as emotional bids. An emotional bid is any small attempt to create connection. A question, a touch, a glance, or a comment. The success of relationships often depends on whether those bids are noticed and answered with warmth. When someone responds with presence and openness, connection deepens. When the bid is ignored or dismissed, distance slowly begins to grow. That is why a careless answer like "nothing, I don't know," or silence can feel more painful than most men realize. To her, it may feel like rejection, even if that was never the intention. Emotional closeness often creates the foundation for physical closeness, especially for women. Feeling emotionally safe, seen, and valued strongly influences desire and intimacy. So when she asks what you are thinking, the best response is not perfection. It is honesty. Even a simple, genuine answer can make her feel included in your world. What matters is not whether your thoughts are deep or poetic. What matters is that you allowed her in. The second question is even more subtle. It sounds almost meaningless, which is exactly why so many men miss its true meaning. The question is, are you tired? At first glance, it seems like simple concern. Maybe she is checking on your energy or asking whether you should rest. But in the right moment, late at night, after a good date, during a quiet moment together, the question often carries a deeper emotional meaning. It becomes a way of asking whether you are still emotionally and physically available. The brilliance of this question is that it protects her from embarrassment. If you say you are exhausted, she can simply smile, say goodnight, and move on without exposing herself emotionally. But if you respond warmly and say you are not tired, it may reassure her that the moment does not have to end yet. It signals presence, attention, and openness. This indirect style of communication is not manipulation or game playing. It is often about vulnerability and self-protection. Many women fear rejection just as much as men do. Asking these questions softly allows them to test emotional safety before taking another step closer. Timing also matters. Questions like these usually appear during emotionally charged moments, late-night conversations, lingering silences, long eye contact, or moments when connection has already been building. They rarely appear randomly. They often come right before a relationship moves deeper emotionally or physically. When these moments are repeatedly missed, something subtle begins to happen. A woman may slowly stop reaching out emotionally. She may become quieter, colder, or more distant. Not because she stopped caring, but because she no longer feels understood. Emotional withdrawal often begins with small moments of disconnection that seemed insignificant at the time. The responses that matter most are surprisingly simple. When she asks what you're thinking, answer honestly and let her feel included. When she asks if you are tired and the moment feels emotionally connected, respond with warmth and presence. You do not need perfect lines, rehearsed confidence, or dramatic gestures. Genuine attention is usually far more powerful. Women are not impossible to understand, and they are not speaking in riddles for entertainment. Many simply communicate carefully because vulnerability feels risky. Questions like, "What are you thinking right now?" and "Are you tired?" are often quiet ways of reaching towards someone emotionally. Beneath those ordinary words is a deeper question. Can I feel safe with you? And when someone responds with presence, openness, and genuine attention, it creates the emotional safety that intimacy is built on.